It's good to be back home in Tulsa. I'm in the middle of a 15-city tour right now. Putting 30,000 miles on my car in 6 months. 400 hours of driving. And I know I could have driven to, or could have flown to all of these gigs, but then I turned on the news. People are getting their asses kicked at the airport, and I was going like, no, I can't fly. I bruise too easily, man. Yeah, 400 hours of driving. Let me tell you, folks, that is a long time to be sitting in a car left alone with the voices in my head. Jesus Christ. Some of the weird things. It's not anything like dangerous, the voices in my head. It's just weird stuff. I'll be driving through the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden, voices in my head go, hey, do you think Pac-Man was racist? What the fuck? And the rest of my brain is going like, well, we can't find a decent radio station. Might as well think about this for a while. My conclusion? Yes, Pac-Man was totally racist. Full of white privilege, moving across the screen going, I'm a white guy, white guy, white guy, white guy, white guy, white guy. Trying to avoid contact with all the colored ghosts. Come on, kid. Until he finds that big white power pellet and he's like, get him! Because they all turn the same dark color, because they all look the same to racist Pac-Man. And as soon as he gets them, what happens? They go back where they came from. It's a Nazi wet dream, people. A couple of you laughing, the rest of you are just sitting there thinking about how I just ruined your childhood. That's fun. Imagine how I felt. I was going like, oh, you know, I should probably pull over and take a nap. This is getting a little dark. I see a lot of weird stuff driving across the country because, you know, I'm going coast to coast and back and forth. It's just insane on this tour. One thing I've noticed that is a weird trend is hand-painted billboards. It's like people, I don't understand the mentality of people having something so important to say that they buy a billboard, but they don't pay enough money to a graphic designer to make it look good. I was driving through the middle of Kansas and saw a billboard that just had one word, adult. I'm thinking, yeah, well, it's obviously a porno shop. But then again, this is the middle of Kansas. I haven't seen another living soul for like 200 miles. It may just be some guy at the end of the off-ramp going, hey, what's up? I'm gonna go. Wanna hang out?
Do it out loud.
There's nothing wrong with a hand-painted billboard. All I ask is you maintain it. Those things don't age well. I was driving through Tennessee, I saw a billboard that said, abortion stops a beating heart. All black letters except for the word heart was in red. But the red paint had faded, so now the billboard just said, abortion stops a beating. Kind of sends the opposite message when you think about it. You better take care of this now or else this kid's going to have a really shitty childhood. Or maybe he'll end up at the end of an off-ramp going, hey, what's up? I'm an adult. It's been a weird time, personally. My wife and I have been putting together our living wills, which is a morbid thing to have to go through. You have to think a lot about death, you know, just go like, well, what if I died before you? What if you died before me? What if we both died at the same time? What are we going to do? But I've decided I'm going to have some fun with it. You know, this is my last wish on this planet. I'm going to have some fun with it. Like I don't know how, I have no control. I know I have no control over how I'm going to die. But my greatest wish is, I hope that when I die, there's some form of mystery to it. Like if I get murdered, I really hope that my killer is really good at covering his tracks. You know, I want there to be some sort of a mystery behind it. Like I've instructed my family that if I die at home quietly in my sleep, they are not to alert the authorities. Instead, what I want them to do is strip my body naked and write the words Carne Asado on my chest in lipstick. Then I want them to squeeze my body into a wetsuit with full scuba gear and leave my body in the middle of a cornfield next to an antique suitcase full of bagels. Now I know that makes absolutely no sense, but do you have any idea how much of a field day the internet would have with that, trying to figure out what the fuck happened to me? Not to mention there would be some poor police detective who would try to find who would have to find the most diplomatic way possible to ask my wife about the details of the case. You know, it's just like, okay, Mrs. Fritschie, I am so sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time. However, we have some questions. Like, was your husband an experienced scuba diver? No? Well, that kind of explains the cornfield. Okay, second question. Do you have any idea why your husband would have the Spanish words for roast pork written on his chest? No? Totally understand. Okay, third question. Let's just do word association. Bagels. Anything? No? Okay, fine. Last week I was in Chicago. Chicago's a pretty fun town. Quite a hipster population, I noticed. Which is great for me because I love making fun of hipsters. I know, I realize what fucking bar I'm in. Okay. But here's the thing, I know it's kind of pointless to make fun of hipsters because they never self-identify. They never do. Nobody ever wears the label hipster. Being a hipster is kind of like being an alcoholic. You don't realize you are one until you've hit rock bottom. You know, it's just like, but that warms my heart to know that every hipster at some point in their life is going to have that come to Jesus moment where they're just going like, I wonder if this cold brew coffee is fair trade. Oh my God, what have I been doing? I've got a man bun. My God, I'm wearing suspenders. Why didn't anybody stop me? I don't know, I just love fucking with those guys. But that's the thing about them not self-identifying is that I get to make fun of them to their face and they have no fucking clue. But I love working them this shit. It's like, you know, like I'm not a hipster, I'm an artist. Really, Trevor? Really? You're an artist? I went to art school. What's your medium? 9 times out of 10 they have to look up what medium means. Or then they come up with something so pretentious like, I'm a mixologist. I'm like, bitch, you're a bartender. Drinks are not an art form, for Christ's sake. Real art's supposed to hit you in the brain. It's supposed to get you right here in the heart, okay? You know, real art doesn't go through the liver. Further proof that drinks are not an art form. You never hear anybody hungover go like, oh my God, we got so blitzed on Beethoven last night. Nobody ever spends all day in an art museum and goes like, oh, I don't know if I'm okay to drive, man. Nobody ever leaves the opera going like, I know it's over, but I should really call Tracy. Tracy, what's up, girl? No, I haven't been at the opera. Maybe a little Tchaikovsky, but I'm cool. I'm cool. That being said, I almost got my ass kicked by a hipster one time. That was fun. I was over at the Yeti, and not over the Yeti, but over at Kaz's. Man, I forgot where I was for a second there. But no, I was at Kaz's, and the line to the bar was taking forever. I was standing in one spot for like 15 minutes, and I looked up to the front of the line to see what the holdup was, and there was this hipster dude that was arguing with a bartender. I have no idea what they were arguing about. I guess they were out of gluten-free PBR or some shit. But I was getting impatient. I just decided to yell up to the front of the line, going, hey, Arcade Fire, you mind wrapping this up? I'm going to get a drink back here. Wrong thing to fucking say at Kaz's, people. The jukebox came to a record scratch stop. It was just like, which didn't make sense because there's a digital jukebox there. It shouldn't have done that. But the whole line in front of me just parted like the Red Sea, and there I was. It was just me and this guy. Turned around to face me. He was wearing a strawberry shortcake shirt, and I was like, oh God, I can't get my ass kicked by the guy wearing a strawberry shortcake shirt. He twirled his mustache, got right up in my face, or tried to. He was about a foot shorter than me, so it was like, what? You got a problem here? It's like, no, aside from the fact that you're wearing my Halloween costume next year. I was wanting to walk around the party going, hey, I'm a hipster, remember me? No? Well, shit. Because no one's gonna remember the fucking hipsters, man.
Oh.
But he like threw his hand back like this, like he was gonna punch me. And I was gonna let him have it, because I wanted to see what a punch fueled by Whole Foods felt like. But it never happened. His buddies came in and intervened, pulled him away. He's going, hey man, let's go somewhere else and be different. Okay. Because here's, let me explain my hatred of hipsters, okay? There is no end of the world scenario where the hipsters would not be the first to die. Like a nuclear holocaust, they would burst into flames trying to protect their vinyl collection. That's the thing. Or like a robot uprising, like in Terminator, you know, like we're all having to huddle in fucking basements trying to hide from the Terminators. They'll be like, you know, there'll be some hipster in the corner. I guarantee there'll be at least one hipster in the corner just going like, you know, this never would have happened if you just appreciated the Teddy Ruxpin. Fuck you. Or a zombie uprising, or just a zombie outbreak, zombie apocalypse, you know, the undead roaming the earth for human flesh. Who do you think they're gonna go after first? Yeah, that's right. Passive vegans stuffed into skinny jeans. Hipsters are basically human veal.